Hello and welcome to Home Cooking with me, Subramanian. Today we're going to see two wonderful iftar recipes. One is this delicious and creamy sheer khurma, and the other one are these beautiful crispy keema samosas. I can't wait to share them with you guys, so let's get started and check it out.
So first we're going to make the filling for the samosas. To a pan, add about 3 teaspoons of oil. To the pan, add 1 medium-sized onion finely chopped, 2 green chilies finely chopped. Saute the onions till they turn to a nice golden color. Next, add 1 medium-sized tomato. Deseed the tomatoes and chop it nice and fine. Now I'm going to add all the spice powders. Add about half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons red chilli powder, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon coriander powder, 1 teaspoon salt, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste, for this recipe I have taken half kilo of boneless minced mutton. Just add it to the pan and mix it well along with all the spices. Next, add 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala powder. So add about half cup of water. Close the pan and cook for about 15 minutes on medium flame. Finally, add some chopped coriander leaves, mix it all in and turn off the stove. Make sure there is no moisture left because we are going to use this filling to make the samosas. You don't want it to be soggy or you don't want any moisture in the mutton mixture. To make the samosa sheets, to a bowl, add 2 cups of Maida or all-purpose flour. Next, add half teaspoon of salt. Just mix it in. Now add 2 tablespoons of oil. Mix the oil into the flour. Then gradually pour water and start mixing the dough. Mix the dough and start kneading it for about 10 minutes till you get a nice smooth palatable dough. So you can see the dough is nice and smooth. Just add 1 or 2 drops of oil, rub it all over the dough. Now close the bowl and let it sit for about 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, I'm going to divide the dough into equal sized dough balls. Since I'm making these really small mini samosas, I've divided into small dough balls. But if you'd like it a little bigger, depending on the size, you can adjust and divide the dough ball equally. So now we're going to start rolling out the samosa sheets. Place a dough ball onto the rolling surface, dust it with flour, flatten it and start rolling it out nice and thin. So make sure the sheets are nice and thin. You can see I've rolled it out really thin. You can see my fingers when you see from the top. Roll out all the dough balls in this manner and keep it aside. Next step is to cook these. Heat a tawa. Once the tawa is hot, place a samosa sheet on the tawa and cook each side just for about 3 seconds. You don't want to overcook these sheets. They should just be half cooked and keep it aside. Cook all the samosa sheets in this manner and keep them aside. Next, we're going to cut these samosa sheets. Stack 3 sheets together. I've taken about 8 by 9 centimeters in measurement. So once you've cut the sheets, divide them into half. So now the sheets for the samosas are done. Let's start making the samosas. follow the steps and start folding the samosa sheets to make a cone. Once you've made the cone, place a little bit of the keema filling, gently press it in. Make sure not to overstuff it, then it becomes a little difficult to seal the samosas. Take a little bit of the Maida paste. So the Maida paste is nothing but just a little bit of water mixed with a little bit of Maida, that is the flour, to make a paste. Apply a little bit of the Maida paste on the flap. Make sure you spread it out evenly. Now close the cone, gently press it to make sure it's completely sealed. So now you have your mini samosas. Make all the samosas in this manner and keep them aside. Next we're going to fry the samosas. Take a nice deep wide kadai. Pour enough oil for deep frying. Heat the oil on medium-low flame. Once the oil is slightly heated up, gently start placing the samosas in the oil. So you can see they gradually heat up. Deep fry the samosas on a medium-low flame till they're a nice golden brown color. So we want these samosas nice and crispy. So make sure you maintain the flame on a medium-low throughout. So these will take about 20 minutes per batch. So once the samosas have turned to a beautiful golden brown color, remove them from the hot oil and serve them immediately nice and crispy. For the finishing touch, I'm just going to garnish it with a few fried curry leaves and a few green chilies. These mini mutton keema samosas are super crispy and they make for a perfect snack or a starter for any occasion. Be it for parties, get-togethers, lunches, they're perfect. You can enjoy these hot samosas with some nice mint chutney and tomato ketchup by the side. To a pan, I add about 1 teaspoon of ghee. I'm going to roast the vermicelli. I've taken about 1/3 cup. Roast the vermicelli on a medium-low flame because this can turn brown very quickly. You don't want to burn it. So once it's turned to a golden brown color, remove from the pan and keep it aside. So now we're going to roast the dates. To the same pan, add 1 teaspoon of ghee. I've just cut up about 10 pitted dates. I've just cut them a bit thin. You can cut them into small pieces if you like. Roast the dates for about 2 to 3 minutes. Remove from the pan and keep it aside. To the same pan, add another teaspoon of ghee. Now we're going to start roasting all the nuts together. I've taken 1/4 cup of cashew nuts. Add the chopped cashew nuts. I've taken about 1/4 cup of almonds. Add the sliced almonds, that is the badam. I've taken about 2 tablespoons of pistachios. Just chop them. Add the chopped pistachios. Next, add about 1 tablespoon of chironji seeds. Roast the nuts for about 3 to 4 minutes on medium flame. So now you can see the nuts have turned to a lovely golden color. Remove them from the pan and keep it aside. So finally I'm going to roast some raisins. To the pan, add another teaspoon of ghee. Add the raisins. Just roast them till they plump up. Now that we have all the elements ready, now let's start making the sheer kurma. Take a nice wide pan. For this recipe, I'm taking 1 liter of full fat milk. This is boiled milk. Pour it into the pan. Once the milk has heated up, add the roasted vermicelli. Mix it in. So we're going to wait till the vermicelli is completely cooked. So you can see the milk has reduced and the vermicelli is cooked. So make sure the vermicelli is completely cooked before you add the sugar. So I am adding 1/4 cup of sugar. You can check for sweetness, and if you like a little more sugar, you can add it according to your taste. Cardamom is going to add a lot of flavor to the sheer kurma. Next, add 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder. Just add 2 drops of rose essence. Don't add too much of rose essence because it can make the sheer kurma very strong. You don't want that. So it's just a very mild flavoring. Now add the dates. Now add the roasted nuts and the roasted raisins. Mix everything together. Let it simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes and turn off the stove. This incredibly rich and delicious sheer kurma is ready to be served. You can serve it nice and warm, or you can chill it and then serve it.